This little M&P Shield chambered in 40, this has been the longest carry gun I have had. I've had this gun for probably 14 years or so. This thing is very reliable. I chamber this thing and pull the trigger, it goes bang. I've got some optics set up on there. I've got a little TRL 6 on here with the laser. I've done some trigger work, the mag extension and the mag release. I'm a big fan of purple. And then I've got that on the back there. But this is a phenomenal little gun. This little setup is a great little inside the waistband appendix carry, very thin. Not the funnest gun in the world to shoot, very snappy, but it does what it needs to do, and it's a very accurate gun. Then I have the Smith Wesson 5.7. I got this because it's got a threaded barrel. 5.7, that round suppressed is a blast. It feels like you're shooting a 22. Great round to suppress, great little gun. I love how this thing feels in my hand. This is a good looking gun. Just have a cheap little primary arms optic on here, a little TRL1. Actually really like the trigger in this thing for what it is. That's my Smith Wesson 5.7. From there, we have the big boy. This is the Smith Wesson 10mm from their Performance Center. I have the Leopold Delta Point Pro optic on here. This has a ported barrel. I love how this thing looks. I love how this thing feels in the hand. The texture on this is just right. Not too much, not too little. For a 10mm, it is just where you want it. And I love this optic. This is probably my favorite optic to run on pistols. And then my longest Smith & Wesson, I have a little Vortex scope on here. I have some Stark grips on here, and that's all that I have done to this thing. I have had this gun for years, have not done much to this gun, and this thing just runs. I have never had a failure to feed, a malfunction, anything on this gun. And for a 22 caliber rifle to not have any issues at all ever over 15 years is pretty damn impressive. So I highly recommend this gun. Also, for a little 22, this thing is really cool looking. Super light, super reliable. This is just an absolute blast to shoot. And then my last Smith & Wesson, a little Smith & Wesson Volunteer. This is chambered in 5.56. This is completely stock. I have not done anything to this, will not do anything to this. I got this because it is a Smith & Wesson, because of their reliability. And the price point that I got this at, I could not pass it up. This is just a great setup. The only thing I might do is change this charging handle, just because I'm not a huge fan of this charging handle. It's not the easiest to grab. But other than that, this is just a backup AR. So I have a completely stock AR that I know if I need it, this thing's gonna go bang when I need it to go bang. And it's a good looking gun as well. I'm a big fan of Smith & Wesson's design, the way they set their things up. That is my Smith & Wesson collection. Not a lot to it. If you have any Smith & Wessons that you're a huge fan of or that you think I should add to the collection, leave a comment, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.